What if I told you that centuries ago, two green-skinned children appeared from a mysterious underground world, and during fierce medieval battles, witnesses saw flaming stars and heavenly swords blazing across the skies? Or that villagers feared giant creatures lurking at the edges of their settlements, strange beings with forms unlike any human? And on a fateful night, a shadowy figure drifted across the full moon, followed by illness and disaster that gripped an entire village. Today, we take you on a journey back in time to explore the mysterious tales recorded by a famous 12th century English monk and historian, Ralph of Coggeshall. In his book, Chronicon Anglicanum, Ralph documented the history of England and Europe in great detail. These stories from Ralph of Coggeshall reveal the beliefs and mysteries that people of his time held. Let's start the video. This story belongs to the medieval era, a time when wars were common and every battle on the field was brutal and savage. It is said that during these wars, strange and astonishing sights would sometimes appear in the sky. According to eyewitnesses, when the intensity of the battle was at its peak and soldiers were fighting for their lives, the sky would suddenly become illuminated. Amidst the chaos of the battlefield, people would see fiery, star-like objects streaking rapidly across the sky, as if they were about to crash to the ground and set everything ablaze. Not only that, but some also claimed to see a magnificent sword in the sky, made of light and shining brilliantly. This sword would seem to hang in the air as if observing the battle below. The sight would either strike deep fear into the hearts of the soldiers or fill them with fervor and zeal, as if some divine power had given them a sign of support. Story number 3. This story harks back to a time when villagers lived close to nature and took every possible precaution to protect their settlements. It was an era when forests and desolate areas, far from human habitation, were considered full of mystery and fear. It is said that along the edges of these forests and near the boundaries of villages, giant, strange creatures would lurk. Beings whose forms were unlike any human. The villagers' fear of these creatures was so intense that venturing outside the village at night was unthinkable. People claimed to have caught glimpses of these bizarre beings, sometimes hidden among the trees, and other times moving stealthily near the outskirts of the village. Their eyes would glow in the dark, and their shadows were so enormous that they dwarfed even the tallest trees. Stories also tell of strange sounds echoing near the village at night, branches snapping, or the heavy thud of enormous footsteps on the ground. When these sounds were heard, villagers would quickly extinguish their lamps and signal one another to remain silent. Occasionally, groups of brave villagers would take torches and try to investigate, but most of the time, all they saw were massive shadows flickering among the trees. or pairs of glowing eyes that would disappear in an instant. What these creatures were, no one could say for certain. Some believed they were guardians sent by gods or manifestations of nature's wrath. If you listen any mystery story from your elders, then also tell in comment.